Hello and welcome to my channel Crafting with me, Indiana Jones, and today I'm bringing you some primitive and vintage last minute Halloween ideas and inspirations. Today's collaboration is Rustic Wednesday, except it's on Saturday, hosted by Shelly of Repurposed My Way and Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling. Check out their channels and the whole playlist down in the description below. Sadly, this is my last new video for this year for Halloween because I have to get started on Christmas for the Deering estate. So for this first one, I'm going to use what was already in my stash, which were these vintage little heads. And of course, I have my own little black cat that decided to sit on top of my little black cat head that I'm going to use as wall decor. I wanted to decorate my kitchen a little more, and I thought it would be perfect to add these to my cabinets. But to add a little more flair, of course, I'm going to create these messy bows, which are very easy, cutting ribbons at the same length and then dovetailing them at the ends and tying them all together in coordinating colors such as black, orange, white. And I don't think I used yellow, but yellow is part of this as well. It's very vintage and very cute, and of course very easy to make. These little vintage heads, these are stakes from Dollar Tree that I had in my stash for a couple of years. I actually bought them when they were still $1, believe it or not. So there is little Kuru. She is checking out everything I am doing because that's what she does as a little black cat. And I am just adding the little bow as, you know, a bow tie and also as a side bow for my kitty cat. I always want to encourage you to look around the house to see what you already have in your stash before you go out and shop for the latest and greatest new thing. I'm all about keeping up with trends, but I'm also about saving funds and saving money, especially in these times. I also want to, send out my heartfelt prayers to those who are still struggling with the affected areas after the storms last week. So keep them in your prayers as well. So there you have it. I've finished both of them and I'll show you how they look in my kitchen later on in the final reveal. Now take a look at these cuties. I got this from Temu and they're these wonderful little pumpkin napkins and they are so vintage and so rustic. I absolutely love them. So I thought, well, here's a last minute idea that you guys can use anytime. And I'm just going to take apart these little pumpkins and I'm going to use this little brie holder. You can use any container that you have that's round. It could be square as well. It doesn't have to be round. You can fix it up any way you like. And I'm just going to make like a little vintage noise maker with this little brie box. Now just make sure that you cover all the advertisement on your little brie box, and I painted the sides as well, but I did forget to hit record because the little cat distracted me while I was decoupaging. But now I'm going to use that wonderful gingham trim that I have there, and I decided to doll it up a little more with these little tree branches from the little Halloween trees, I should say, from the Dollar Tree. I thought it would add a little more of a vintage look. So again, try to use what you already have in your stash. These were trees that I had left over from last year. And of course, I have bought a few new items, but very few. And this was one of those few items that I did buy this year for Halloween specifically. I think I bought those and the little ghost picture frame that I did a couple of weeks ago. But there you have it. I think these look so cute and adorable, especially for that retro Halloween look. Now here's an item I actually got at Temu last year. It was during Kuru's first Halloween that I saw this cute little painting or little canvas on Temu and thought it looked just like my little kitten. Well, she's no longer a kitten and neither is Luna, so I decided this is the year I should use this. So here I'm just taking one of these canvases from the Dollar Tree and painting the edges because it's a little bigger than the canvas that I got at Temu, but I just love what it says on the saying. I think it's something when pumpkins gleam and cats appear or something like that. Oh, there it is. When black cats prowl and pumpkins gleam, then we know it's Halloween. And I thought, how perfect for my decor. Now here I just put on some Mod Podge. I let it dry just a little bit just to get sticky, and now I'm going to use, actually it's called tacky, not sticky. When it's still a little tacky, all I did was iron on that canvas, and that way I had no wrinkles whatsoever. And look at how cute the little kitten is. I think this is perfect for my Halloween decor, just to finish off decorating this week. And I had this frame, which of course I found in the trash on the side of the road. So there you have it. I love this one. So cute. Now this item also was part of my stash, this raven. Now I had other ravens in my stash from last year that I had ordered on Amazon, but this one was one of those chunky ravens that I think I got on clearance. And I decided this year I wanted him to join my wonderful little primitive crew. So I thought I should dress him up for the Halloween occasion. After all, he is a raven, and he's a very notable raven, and will be part of my little primitive family that is on my mantle. Now I wanted to add some clothing to him, but I also wanted to add some wings. He has some wings, but they're so close to his body you can't really tell that they're wings. So I decided to create these little wing arms. Wing arms? I guess you call them wing arms, but there you go. I just had some feathers that were already part of my stash and a little piece of felt. So that is how I created the wing. And I created it on both sides, but most importantly on one side, I want this raven to carry a copy of The Raven, right? From Edgar Allan Poe. And I think I'll name this raven Edgar. Or should I name him Poe? What should I name this raven? I like Edgar myself because he's very dignified. He's very distinguished. And he walks around carrying, he's carrying the raven with him everywhere because he feels that he was one of the main collaborators for the creation of that poem by the noteworthy and wonderful Edgar Allan Poe. So whenever he has an opportunity, he will recite The Raven. However, he doesn't recite the whole poem. You got to figure it out yourself. He just stands there very stately, looking around, very dignified, very, very, handsomely looking around, and waits for a few stanzas to go by quietly because nobody's reading it, but he remembers his place. And he just says, nevermore. So he goes around and he just quaffs, as it says, nevermore, over and over again. He'll say, nevermore, nevermore, nevermore. And each time a little more dramatic. This Edgar the Raven, he will be oh so dramatic each time he speaks the word nevermore. And I think there are many times that it's said in the poem, so you can imagine he sits there and says nevermore over and over again. But to his delight, those around him are so impressed with his persona and his appearance that they don't mind that the only thing he says is nevermore, because he says it with such aplomb, he delivers the lines so wonderfully well and so dramatically that it's worth the while for the empty stanzas in between. So when he meets the other characters, which of course you met last week, Penny, the little pumpkin girl, and Cornelius, or as he likes to call himself, Corny, and of course Maggie, the little witch, the little pumpkin witch. It's a very cute little gathering of friends, and maybe one day I'll come up with a story. I think it'll be very cute to see how they celebrate Halloween together. Maybe that's one thing I will come up before Halloween comes about, a little story. I like to make stories of my critters and things that I make. So there you have it. I haven't talked about what I made, but I made a little vest with this wonderful taffeta fabric that I had, this striped taffeta fabric. And I also added the wings on top of the vest. I didn't have to make any holes in the vest at all. But I did think that such a stately speaker must have some glasses. So there I created some little glasses that he can just perch upon his beak. Look at how cute. I love this. I am so in love with this. The other thing, he had very squatty little legs, and I thought he should have longer legs, so I took the legs out. I just pulled them out, and now I'm just poking in to where those little legs were. These dowels that I cut down, I split a dowel in half, and that is what it's going to serve as his legs. Now, I thought I could just slap on the feet, the little crow's feet, crow's feet, little raven's feet at the bottom. There's no way. I tried. But I came up with a solution, that's how you do it. If you got to come up with a solution. Here I'm just adding glue to the top of those dowels so they don't go all the way through. There's little Guru. she's checking out what I'm doing. And here I decided to create, I gave her a little feather. I decided to create a page that this gentlemanly raven will carry around with him, just like the first stanza, once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary. And I just wrote a few stanzas, and of course the last stanza will have to be, quoth the raven, nevermore. So if you ask him what does he do, he'll say, I quoth, because that's what it says. He quoths all the time in this. Oh, look at Kuru. She's helping me write the stanzas. She's such a cutie. Because again, she's supervising everything I do. You know, you can't have enough spooky quality control cats. And Kuru is definitely the spookiest of them all. So now I leave her with the pen so that she can write her own memoirs while I add this beautiful poetry to our raven. And I think he is going to be such a lovely addition to my Halloween decor this year. And I can't wait to place him with my other little critters in my primitive design. I hope you liked this season as I've shared a new way of decorating with the primitive style. So it's so easy. Here I'm just curling up the papers and I ripped the sides of the paper just to make it look more authentic. Now let's take a final reveal of all the items I made today, or at least a few of the items that I remembered to film. Here we go. I've really enjoyed my primitive Halloween, but if you're looking for more inspiration and would like some entertainment, maybe you should check out this show called Over the Garden Wall. My children used to watch this years ago on the Cartoon Network, and I remember its wonderful, very primitive Halloween images like these. Now, I will warn you, it is a little bit creepy and kooky, but it's still a lot of fun and lots of cute little catchy tunes that they share on this. So please check out this Over the Garden Wall show now on Hulu. I hope you like it too. Thanks again to my wonderful friends Shelly of Repurpose My Way and Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling for hosting this wonderful rustic collaboration. Please remember to visit their channels and the rest of the playlist down below. As much as I hate to leave Halloween and fall behind, I have to get ready for the Christmas season and the decorating of the Deering estate. So if you want more Halloween, please check out my full Halloween playlist for more inspirations. Thanks again for stopping by. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe. And always remember to stay safe, be kind. God bless each and every one of you. And remember to live the adventure and have a wonderful Halloween season.